They're down a big player for what will be a tough test tonight. Clarence Armstrong's going to throw it up. Van Allen Lubin beats Malijal Poteet for the tip. Ted Valentine, A.J. Desai are other officials, and it's Elliot Cadeau and the Tarheels with the ball first. 12-6 in the ACC with 2 to go. This one, and then Saturday at home to Duke. Struggle mightily in that category. Worst turnover team in the ACC. But they get a good look for Hammond from 3. And the freshman from Fairfax.
To recognize where the double's going to come from and find the open man. And good by Hammond to be ready to shoot.
They've been a really good three-point shooting team in conference play. Powell set up by Cadeau. It's 2 assists for Cadeau. 38% three-point shooter. What could be his only college year. Davis with a pull-up pop, and Carolina hits back-to-back from deep.
If teams are going to script out plays, right? Bruce Pearl scripts out the first play, and they often get it.
Step back, Jaydon Young. He has been unstoppable of late. 27 against Miami.
That's a tough shot to make as you're kind of backing out to the three-point line with no balance.
Virginia Tech coming off a 101-95 overtime win, and Young was hot in that game, and he is hot to start this one. Davis with a switch on the big man Poteet will pass out of it, get it back from Cadeau. RJ with a step back deep one. It's good. RJ Davis in rhythm early with a couple of deep ones.
Defense starts to adjust out to the three-point line. You get longer, hard.
13 seed, who knows? There's still so much to figure out. But they will be there. 15 teams make it, 3 are left out. Inside the first touch, a basket for the 7-footer Patrick Wessler, North Carolina kid.
Backup big coming in who just plays super hard. Like, it's so frustrating. You get established in the game, you play your position, then the backup big comes in and just outworks you.
Pick and pop, Burnham from Young, and Virginia Tech's back on top, their third 3 of the night. Davis gets the switch, loses the dribble. Back into the corner for Trimble. Multiple threes in 2 straight, and his first shot tonight is good from deep. And Trimble fed by Cadeau, and he finishes strong over the 7-foot Wessler.
When you're a smaller team, you create rhythm off the bounce by moving the basketball. You've got to limit turnovers. That's number 1. They've been able to do that a little bit better. That was a great play by Elliot Cadeau, but at times turnovers are an issue. Team feisty always happens in Arizona State, Arizona.
Yes. Doesn't matter how good the teams are. And the Wildcats are much better than the Sun Devils this year, meeting as Big 12 rivals. Davis and Cadeau with Trimble, Withers, and Lubin. Washington picked up his 2nd foul going to the last break. Trimble feeds Lubin. He is fouled with a basket. And a chance for 3 for him. And Wessler throws it away looking for shoot. Davis gets it from Withers. Hard to the rim, no. And it ends up over the top of the backboard as Wessler got back well in transition.
I think they're playing well enough to do that. The challenge is if it's going to be Duke, that's a great challenge.
Down the floor for Jackson, his layup ties it.
The question to you is, between Auburn and Duke right now, but Duke has since figured out how to kind of maximize Cooper Flagg and everything else around him.
Knocked away from Young. Here's Davis. And a nice little handoff to Powell for a Tar Heel lead. A team that almost lost to Virginia Tech, I believe, before Michigan State took him down in the Elite 8. Davis on the drive. His first points in over 11 minutes.
Talk about that Duke team. They almost lost to UCF.
Yes. I think Virginia Tech was the game after that, though, and then Michigan State got him. Inside Young. Great cut. Good find from Burnham.
They opened up the whole right side of the floor, and, do they try to seek out opportunities for their teammates? That's what you look for. This is a group that does that.
Good screen by Lubin. He frees Davis. His third 3.
More and more teams got to look at the flare screen. But this flare screen is just brilliant. You go underneath, and now Lubin's going to maybe lean a little bit into that screen, but it's going to make 2 guys go with 1. If RJ Davis doesn't take that shot.
Davis.
Good defense.
That's the true freshman Hammond, who now switches on to Jackson. Big height advantage. Results in a step-back 3.
That's the problem with really good shooters. When they put it on the floor, they're creating rhythm with the dribble.
Had a season-high 3 steals Saturday. Hammond turns it right back over, though. Down the floor to Jackson, and his miss is cleaned up by Lubin.
This is all good stuff. Look at the big fella just running down, cleaning it up.
Boy, this lineup is just a death squad right now for Carolina. Davis off the turnover, bangs it home. He's got 15, and it's a 10-0 Carolina surge.
He's made good decisions.
Foul was the second on Jackson. Hammond misses a 1-and-1, and then Johnson lost the rebound. It's Cade Tyson on the floor for the first time. Trimble sensing a lane, finishes, gets fouled, and continues this runaway Tar Heel train.
He's one of those guys, he's got that other gear, right? Good hesitation.
Lingering in the corner right now. Step up to the wing with 6 to shoot. Up for Trimble, had a huge first half, and that three is deep, but grabbed by Lubin. Dying seconds of the first half, Trimble with the punctuation mark on a 15-1 surge into the locker room. Hammond's been really held in check after a career-high 21 against Syracuse Saturday. Burnham slithering around Lubin, second time he's done that.
I'll tell you, the sit-downs there, good stuff happened. I mean, this is just a good, strong attack. Good footwork, finish on the opposite side. That's good stuff. Get a layup or not. You just sit down, good things happen.
Cadeau, Lubin, and Withers.
There's the slip, dump down, Withers. The defense sags, and it's going to get harder to get good shots.
Davis out of the double. Lubin spinning and scoring.
Full complement of players, and yeah, each rotation's different, but this is a good read. Poteet's a little bit behind the play, and Alan Lubin makes the overall resume. It's just a challenge, and I think they played some of the toughest games early when they hadn't yet known who they are.
There's the first four out, the next four out. There's a nice basket by Poteet, who draws a foul. I wonder if they get more grace for the lack of bad losses and for the way they're playing down the stretch if they finish the season strong.
Do you have a problem with Washington hits?
I agree, and that criteria is not listed criteria for the selection committee anymore. It used to be. Jackson buries another three, so you have Washington with his fourth of the year. Jackson follows, and Carolina extends its largest lead. What do you like about him off the bench?
Energy, explosiveness.
Oh, Jackson, my goodness. He is 16 for 25 from three over the last 6. Withers cans another. 11 for 20 from three. North Carolina, far from doing, is this place can get so loud when it gets packed. Knocked away, Trimble, back from Cadeau. Look out below! To the ceiling fans here at the Castle, before Trimble was even fully on the way up, it's a 15-0 Carolina run, and Young ends it. Exponentially better than they did the first time going into the Duke game. Cadeau wraps it through to Withers, and his shot is rejected. And then Withers just heaves it up and loses it. Schmidt from the Bronx, number 7 in the ESPN 100, came into college with a lot of hype. He certainly lived up to it most of the year. Jaden Shoot with a three for Tech out of the timeout. Tech's bench 32-5. Tortured Hokies department most of the night here in Blacksburg, and Powell adds to it.
Huge ceiling in his game.
Johnson missed it, and it's cleaned up by Wessler, so back-to-back bench buckets.
I didn't actually watch.
Jackson, Powell, another. Nice. Please serve.
Man almighty.
13 for 24. Carolina's tied a season high for threes.
I mean, yes, it's frustrating if you're Virginia Tech and they're down. Oh boy, why not?
Wessler, his first three-point attempt of the year. And this is the game before the Duke game, which sometimes can be a little bit wonky. Carolina and Duke players will tell you try not to look ahead to that big game. Duke certainly didn't last night. They bludgeoned Wake Forest, and Carolina certainly hasn't today.
Still 2 months into the season. And then you want to try to find a rhythm and get better, and that's what they've done.
Hey, Connor Servin in his 16th game of the year just scored his first points. Graduate student from Prairie City, Illinois.
Just a appreciate this Virginia Tech team. Young group. They played hard. They fought. And then they've been dealing with this.
Jackson's 5th three of the game.
Just knew it was going in. You get what I'm saying, though. We watch film on other teams, and you see guys like Isaiah Evans and Ian Jackson make these tough shots.
Inside to Servant. Now all he does is score.
Just hit a close-up passing lane so quickly.
Jackson, come on. In and out. And great job by Tyson soaring in there for the rebound. He gets it back, and he sticks a three. Like every time Elliot Cadeau passes somebody the ball, they're open beyond the three-point line. And Carolina's now hit a season-high 15. And Brown is denied by Burnham. Third team out of Joe Lunardi's projected field. This could be a big day to make a move. There are a lot of bubble teams in action with tough games. As that's put home by Trimble. Baylor down 2 near the end of the first half against TCU. Baylor quietly has slipped down to the bubble. Not a lot of great wins for Scott Drew's Bears this year. Hey, there's Rodney Brown Jr.
I actually think it better prepares the teams that just get in from the SEC because they've seen the best and sweat very little.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Logic behind it.
Georgia, Arkansas on that boat. Tyson slashes into the defense, scores it.
They were a top 10 team at the time, beat Kentucky when they were a top 10 team. So we felt as if we could play with anyone. And I think it gave us confidence once we got in.
The walk-on's getting some run. Carolina trying to get to 90 again. Inside to Ty Claw. There you go. They've been averaging 91 a game in the last 5, and they've hit that mark again. A lot of bubble watching tonight for North Carolina, and they can watch in peace. This was another flat-out dominant display.